ఓం శ్రీ గురుభ్యో నమః. అందరికీ నమస్కారం. In this video, let us examine how to break the conditioning of our minds in the light of observations of a master. Master said like this: I feel it is a process first of all. In the beginning, conditioning has to be replaced. Only an awakened mind can be an empty mind. A mind that is work in progress needs to be filled with something, and the conditioning is so strong that people usually carry conditioning from their parents, from the people around them, and it is a painful process to break your conditioning. We fall so in love with our beliefs that any attempt by anybody to even question that belief, let alone challenge or break it, is met with the greatest resistance. Because first of all, everybody thinks I am right, everybody thinks I know, everybody thinks I also know what I don't know. When you are so of yourself, then who can help you? Nobody, said the master. There was one person, and he went to his master, and he said to the master like this: I have knowledge, as you know, but nobody respects me, and I all yearn for is people to value me, people to know that I am something, I am somebody very special. How do I do it, and what can I do about it? And the master said, have you studied quantum physics, my dear? He said, I don't know about what it is. Then master asked again, have you studied much mathematics? He said, no. Then master said, have you known or studied any philosophy? He said, a bit of your talks, and other than that, not much at all. Then I will have to give you the simplest solution, and that way the whole world will respect you, the master said. Oh, I would love it. What do I have to do for that, my dear master? Then master said, all you have to do is to negate everything. Whatever anybody says, if somebody says he is a good prime minister or president, you say, I don't think so. Have you seen he does certain things, how he does certain things? That way, negate it. If somebody says to you that God does not exist, just say, are you sure? I actually think differently. I don't think you know about the existence of God. If somebody says God does exist, you tell them, are you so weak and you think God exists? But I don't think so. So, whenever anybody says to you, just negate. Negate everything people tell you, and people will respect you, the master said. He said, believe me, just do this. So obviously he started doing that, and a month later he went and he came, and the master said, how is it going, my dear? Do people respect you now? He said, respect me? I have got 500 disciples standing outside. They think I am the most awakened being. I have broken away with all the conditioning because I challenge everything. So it is so easy to think just because we negate or we rebel that somehow we are right or we are strong. But there is no strength in rebellion, said the master. It is easy to say this is not right, that is not right, he is not right, she is not right. But strength is looking at yourself in the mirror and say, where did I go wrong? And that has been my personal method ever since, said the master. Those who have known me, I don't think anybody can recall any incident where I attacked the other person verbally or saying, you did not do this, you did not do that, and so on. I always ask myself, what could I do differently, and is this kind of stress I want to keep in my life? So, if somebody is happy with their conditioning, I mean, if a pig is happy rolling in mud, let it. It will suffocate in a pool of fresh water. Its nature is to roll in mud. Okay, that is what it knows. You can't turn it into a cow or a fish. That being so, conditioning or breaking the conditioning is the most painful process, and people who experience most rapid or sustainable transformation are those who say, look, I am willing to open up. I am willing to give it a shot, and I will go through this as far as you want me to go through this. And then a new person will emerge. This is the path from evolution to revolution, said the master. With ordinary thoughts, ordinary thinking, you cannot bring a revolution in your consciousness, much less in the society. So, the breaking of the conditioning begins by exposing yourself to a different way of thinking. Then you follow it with a different way of doing. You then augment it with a different way of reciprocating. You then supplement it with a different way of accepting. Your thinking, your actions, your reactions, and your acceptance will give you together a new way to look at life. One good way to break conditioning is to read the literature of different kinds that challenges you. If you absolutely take it for granted that God exists, then read literature that negate God's existence. And what happens to your faith then? What happens to your belief then? And when you emerge, the new person in you will be stronger and better equipped to handle inner and outer challenges. And that is my view on this matter of breaking the conditioning of the mind, concluded the master. So, thank you all.